Hello.
Sorry, that took. What happened to Migs? He got DC.
No.
Hi.
Shit, finally. Christ.
Hello.
Hey everybody, this is TMG Podcast. This is episode 34, and this is the first day of June on a Sunday.
The first day of June and E3 is just around the corner.
It's literally around the corner. I'm Carlos, and with me is Will.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And Miggy.
Hey guys, what's going on? I wish E3 was literally around the corner so we could just go there.
I yeah, that's my absolute dream. I can just walk out of my house and then
But
bam.
I'm expecting next episode is gonna have a ton of stuff to talk about because we're gonna be hearing a lot of
I don't know how we're gonna tackle that, but
pre-E3 announcements, E3 stuff going on. Crazy.
yeah, it'll be crazy. For those who just this is their first episode, this is a podcast, everything video games, and with E3 just around the corner, like we said, I don't know. Can we do a 2-part podcast? I don't think an hour and 30 would cut it, no matter like after E3's done, and then we just have this long list of things that we should at least discuss. But
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Bridge when we get there, I think.
But yeah, we have a lot to talk about. We have a couple of news for E3 that they kind of announced. But of course, before all of that, we're gonna hit our impressions, and I think this will be the first time ever in this podcast where we're all in the same boat. I think, we all are playing one game.
Not no.
Well, that one.
Oh yeah, I think so. Because I think the closest we got was with GTA 5, and
Which, surprisingly enough, is a open world game as well.
yeah.
And I guess.
But do you want to start with how you feel about the game, or?
You want to start out? Wait. Well, we're all watchdogs. We're gonna talk pretty much watchdogs.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we did forget to mention it's Watch Dogs.
Yeah, we played a lot. We played a hefty amount of Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs Week.
Let's knock it out of the park already. Just to get out of the way because it's already out. The hype is, it doesn't matter anymore. It's released. There's no more marketing involved, and I don't know.
There's no more marketing involved. That's good, especially with how hard Data Blitz pushed that.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh,
the dust has cleared, and we all have the game in our hands. And what do you guys think?
It's fun. I like it. I'm enjoying it. But it's got its issues. I mean, graphically, of course, the whole downgrade thing has been a sticking point even before the game was released. But it's very obvious now that we're playing it that how much of a downgrade it was. That in itself isn't such a big deal, though. I find the hacking a little bit undercooked, like the hacking part of the game, because you're just pushing a button basically, and something happens. Right? You don't really feel like you're hacking.
Well, I really don't want to actually code, but
no. But I mean, it could be a little bit more. I don't know what they could have done better, but right now it's just push X. And something happens, right? Something blows up.
Press X and then something happens.
It's like Dragon Age. Dragon Age 2, sorry. It's like you push X and something cool happens. So, and then there is those, there is a hacking minigame actually in the game, right?
Yeah, when you get to a...
But it's Pipe Mania.
Pipe Dream.
Yeah, it's freaking Pipe Mania. I mean, they could have done something else.
And even the icons for those things are shaped like pipes. Which I find
they are.
Fun. Here.
I actually got stuck at one, not the first one, because I didn't understand. Because they didn't give a proper tutorial for that little puzzle. Like, what am I supposed to do? And then apparently I had that little trace I was missing the whole time.
Yeah, when I first encountered the hacking program, I was I don't know how this works. But I don't like how it's I'm playing the PS3 version, and how the hacking game works is you control with the right stick. And to turn pipes, you have to press square. So I have
That's
to
same.
use the right stick with my left hand, and then it's square. Yeah, but why couldn't you just map it to the left stick? Like, it's an added second of confusion, especially with those. Some of those things are timed, right?
Well, they're timed, but when I
don't
run
know,
out,
it's a
nothing
weird thing.
happens. I'm about to show you how there's time pressure for those puzzles, but when the time runs out, nothing really happens. Well, for me,
Yeah,
nothing
it
really
just
happens.
reset.
Yeah.
It just resets. So but yeah, let's go back to the hacking because that's the main concept of why
Yeah,
people
the whole game
love.
is like, hacking is your weapon and all that.
Hacking is our weapon.
Hacking is literally our weapon, and like what Will said, you press one button. You first you aim the cursor on a specific device, and then you press X. You're pretty much gonna
and then
hack
something
it.
happens, basically. Yeah. I just feel it could be a little bit more involved than that because, it just feels like any other action. In that it sort of boils hacking down into just a mundane thing.
Well, for me, I think I like it.
My friend was joking. I was like, "Yo, what happens if you drop your phone? Like, can you drop your phone?" That'd be hilarious.
I freaked out when I went to the water.
Yeah, oh, my phone.
I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, oh, okay, it's the future, I guess.
Maybe
my
he has
phone's
an
fine.
S4 because that's waterproof.
Or maybe,
an
yeah.
S5,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
other thing
a CTOS S4.
The other thing I noticed also was that there's a lot of borrowed elements in Watch Dogs, like the CTOS towers. They're pretty much the same as Assassin's Creed lookout points.
Yeah, more or less. The lookout point.
or the Far Cry 3's towers, where you have to radio in and get those
that's
fast travel.
exactly, and it opens up the area around it, right? And then
you get all those fodder content once you've done that. And I think I guess people's reaction towards Watch Dogs is like there's so much to do, but it's the same thing over and over. Like that's what everybody's saying. And for me right now, I'm kind of feeling that, but we should realize that this is actually from Ubisoft, and
that's
they're
their style,
apparently
basically.
that's their style. That they're applying the same formula to a new skin. Because if you put Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, they're all technically in the same formula. It's just the different settings in different universes.
Yeah, the different universe, different play
With a
styles.
specific concept. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I can't fault Ubisoft for that.
As much as it probably doesn't want you to think of it as a GTA game, like it
really
still
comes off as a GTA
it
game.
does.
It's a GTA
I
game.
play it like GTA. I steal cars. I don't, like fuck the police. Like, and
I steal cars. I drive in the sidewalks.
I
shoot
hit everyone
people.
and everything on the side of the street. I shoot civilians in the foot and the face. I steal their money.
yeah, we were laughing about that too. This is the only game that lets you steal money from cancer patients and people with critical diseases, and you're totally fine.
I've actually, well, that's a cool thing. They actually added, they thought the really small, details of this game, like, 'cause when you start searching or hacking people's phones, you get the information. And I don't know. So far, I hardly see the same thing over and over. They actually put a lot of like, HIV positive or, depressed psychopath or something. There's so many random informations when you check on.
There's a lot of those little descriptions everywhere, but after a while you do tend to see the same thing over and over again, and in weird combinations. Like
in the end, okay.
I saw a couple making out near the cemetery, and like the guy, the info on the guy said 55, diagnosed with HIV. Then the other girl's like 22, like medical student or something.
A 55-year-old with HIV
I
positive.
don't know. It gets weirder than that, but that's how it's just randomly generated. But still, they have a lot of those little things. I do find it weird that some of the descriptions are, like you have some that are so elaborate in their explanations. Like you have the cancer patients and the like some of them say like she's a tech blogger or something. Then you have some that just say Muslim.
What?
I haven't experienced out of the blue.
They just ran out.
Yeah, they just ran out of ideas. But yeah, it's fine.
No, but yeah, I like the added detail. Like, because when you hack, you get that kind of information. You also get, you also have a chance of getting money from their ATM or bank accounts.
Yep.
And then you also have a chance of, I don't know, stealing a car or unlocking a car. I've got it a couple of times when I was
You can
playing
also
it.
get like songs for your radio by hacking people.
Oh, they added it to my radio list. Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah, 'cause
I
you
didn't know
start off
that.
with, You start off with like 4 songs, I think. And
Oh,
I
okay.
always wonder, like, why do I keep hearing the same shit over and over again? Then, yeah, you have to find, I think, what, was it like around 20 songs?
I didn't know I was adding. I didn't know I was earning songs. I thought I just hacked and found out what she was listening in to. I didn't. Okay, now I know that. What else is added for hacking? Like once you press that, there's a chance of you getting caught.
Oh,
Actually.
yeah, like, if you steal someone's money, sometimes they'll report you to, whatever it is, the cyber police.
Yeah, because some watchdogs are also listening to
Yeah,
all those websites.
if you don't stop them
Have
from
you
making
noticed?
the call,
Have you noticed though the cops are like incredibly, like
They're
violent
persistent.
in this game? Like
Persistent.
Yeah.
you at there's no warning, they just shoot you right off the bat. And
No, I like the response of this batch of cops in this open world game, because before, like, when shit happens, cops show up, you just hide in the corner and then they'll just leave. This one, you really have to get out, and because
Yeah,
like when you get out,
if you're within the range of that initial circle, they know where you are.
yeah, and then if they're out of your sight, they start to look for you. So this is an added element where, oh shit, they're still looking for me. I mean, you're out of their sight, and then they're still looking for you through, they're trying to hack or trying to pinpoint your location for your CTOS. So you have to jam that signal. So there's little added elements to that. So that's I like that part.
And
Compared
they're,
to other
they're hard
open
to
world.
escape, like when you're driving, because they seem really competent. Like I'm
Yeah.
swerving through traffic, and they're swerving along, not hitting anyone.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. For me, the whole cop chase and all that, it feels more fun with Watch Dogs compared to other open worlds, even for GTA. Because GTA is just so easy to fucking, those cops are just idiots in GTA from what I remember.
Yeah, GTA
This one's actually fun.
The cops in GTA are either really dumb or really good. Here, it feels more balanced here.
Yeah, well, what do you think
Except
about the...
I find it easy to escape the cops once you get into water. Because
Oh,
they
they
don't.
They don't know what to do. They don't know what to
Yeah,
do
they
when
just
they're in
give
the
up.
water. I'm hard in the water. I actually went to the boat ride just once. I know, but I want to go back onto the AI, because I think the AI is actually pretty good in this game. Surprisingly good. Like, to make this version of Chicago very lively.
Yeah,
'Cause
Chicago feels a lot more dense than, like, say, GTA 5.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
true.
I have to agree with that.
It feels a lot more dense, a lot more alive.
And people are doing random things. Like, it just really feels like, an actual city.
But you do kind of miss like the random reactions that GTA 5 had. Like, I remember GTA 5. Like, if you like if you get in an accident, like people
Oh,
will
yeah.
stop
They'll
and
start
like,
taking
take their phones out,
pictures.
take pictures. You know?
Oh, they have it here in Watch Dogs.
Yeah, they still
actually.
do that.
Do they? Okay,
Some-
I haven't.
Not
noticed
as much
that.
as GTA 5, but yeah, you see some.
Yeah, I just actually saw recently when I blew up a steam pipe, the people around us started to rip out their phones and started taking pictures of the exploded steam pipe. Or with the
And
steam was coming out.
some of them know who you are. Like they say, "Oh, it's a vigilante," and they start taking pictures of you.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't experience that.
Have you guys noticed the morality system in this game?
What morality?
What? I'm stealing money from cancer patients. How much more
Yeah,
can I get?
that strangely enough, that doesn't count to the morality. But if you kill like civilians or injure them,
Okay.
you get like the negative points.
Mhm.
And if you're below the middle part, if you're like in the red, if people identify you on the street, they start calling the police.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If
Because
you're
I'm above there. I'm above in that reputation bar.
yeah, like I was a complete jackass during my first few hours. Like I didn't even notice the morality, so I just kept running people over. And yeah, it came to a point where right after a cutscene, I'm in the park, right? Then some lady's like, "Oh, it's the vigilante! Get the police here now!" Then like I'm on foot, so I can't outrun the circle. And like, oh dear.
That's very reactive. That makes it a lively city. That's why I'm really impressed with the fact that, like, I can say that this is a very intelligent world that they created for an open world game. compared to like yes, GTA still has an amazing one, but they have also some interesting points here that I think GTA would have been better with it. Like if we would have had some couple of people like noticing like Frank, I mean like the characters in GTA every once in a while. That'd be pretty cool.
I think
You know what I
that
mean?
like the AI in the world in GTA is more big picture, while the ones in Watch Dogs are more centered to you and to what you're doing,
True.
which makes you feel more involved with what's happening.
Yeah, that's true.
Thing I have, well, I'm gonna go with a negative now since it's mostly positive. The one thing I'm kind of bothered with Watch Dogs is the fact that I don't know what to do with my money.
There's only so much you
Yeah.
can buy with it. Like you can only buy
Yeah.
guns and cars, more or less.
I'm like
I don't-
I'm still in Act 1 and I have all the costumes and all the guns.
I haven't bought a single thing because I don't need to. I literally
Yeah,
haven't spent my
You
money.
don't even need to. You just need to pick up it, right?
Yeah, I don't. I literally have not spent a single cent because I don't have to. The components, I'll just pick it up. It's actually even hard. It's actually even more interesting if I have to pick it up instead of buying it. Like I have no reason to have money or to hack people.
No, it's not that. It comes to a point where you don't even need the money because you gain so much that you have more than enough to do with. Like
Yeah.
I got the hacking ability early on to get more ATM money.
Yeah.
I think
but
you
then
upgraded
apparently
up to 3
ATM
levels.
money. Yeah, but ATM money is so not really useful.
It's so plentiful.
Yeah.
Like you steal 43,000 from a single dude.
What?
Yeah, it comes to that point, and that's like what the max level shit or something. Like right now,
I have 30 grand just sitting there.
I have 700 something thousand K, and I have everything. And like I remember my last ATM draw was like 300,000.
But then again, it's also the same as Assassin's Creed because I remember like I didn't even know what to do with my money. It's the same thing. Like I don't think Ubisoft's open world games just know what to do with their own currency, which
Like
is
it's really
weird.
helpful early on, but then after that, it's just you become too strong, man.
No, I don't know. For me, because I got all those damn DLC shit, like Day One Edition. I even used some of my Uplay points to get some like extra stuff for my first play. So when I would jump, like when I first played the game, like the first hour, I had these cool weapons already, and I had this really cool car that came with it. Like
Oh wow.
what? And then some costumes, and like what? That's pretty much the gist of why you would want to spend money, like cars, guns, and a costume, and then
One of the
all the
costumes gives
deals.
you one of the costumes I think gives you even a power up, like in better driving skills or something.
Yeah, you even get perks. So all these damn DLCs and then like extra rewards on the get-go makes you feel like, okay, I don't need money anymore. That's what I felt in the first hour. Like I just went straight to missions and all that, which then results to having these missions which reward you money and XP. So technically, you're doing this just for the XP. But then
Yeah.
again, the XP for the points, I can actually live without it because I really feel powerful in this game. Even at the very first 30 minutes of the game, I feel really powerful already.
Oh, I had the exact opposite of that. Like,
And I'm playing in the highest difficulty as well.
We got the game like essentially half a day earlier than everyone else, and PSN updates every Wednesday. So that's another day and maybe a half. So when we were playing, like me, Arlie, and a few of our other friends, we didn't
Yeah.
have any of the DLC.
Oh, okay.
So we just played it like raw. So yeah, for me, I felt like not exactly weak, but I felt small compared to the rest of the world in Italy because you need the points to like the EXP points to have more hacking skills. Like
Yeah.
initially, you only have the protector, blowing up the power boxes, and the traffic lights.
Yeah.
You don't have any of the other open world hacking abilities. So up until like maybe hour 3, when I actually started paying attention to all the, because like the game throws a lot of tutorials at you early on.
I know. Like
So,
it's a big game, and
Just a lot of text on screen. Even the online stuff that they force you to try out first. And
we'll get back. We'll go to that soon. But but go ahead. The whole online thing.
like my first maybe 2 or 3 hours, I was like, I'm not really enjoying this game as much. I want to play something else. But when I started upgrading my skills and I got to the point that I could hack other CTOS towers in different areas of the map.
Yeah.
Like not story wise, because it makes you do it in the story once, right? In the big city part, the loop, after you meet Bad Boy 17, whatever, the punk girl.
Yeah.
So once I got that, then I just started exploring the city. Then I started having fun. Like I like, in missions, I like how you can do almost all of them pure stealth.
Yeah, actually, I don't know about you guys, but when I approach a mission, because I don't know, it's for me when I think about open world games, going guns blazing will be easy, especially like
yeah, because like you alert
GTA,
one,
really easy.
you alert one guard, everyone knows where you are, then they all just funnel out.
Yeah.
So you just have a bunch of like, what was that? The first one where you have to go through the garage and up into the building.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was in the restricted area, and there was a guard right there. So he got alerted. He called everyone in, and they all just funneled out of the garage. So I just killed them all right there. Just a bunch of, it's like 7 dead guards right in front of the garage door. When you go in, there's no one else inside. So like, as I was playing that, I was streaming this on our channel. I was like, I think I'm playing this wrong, because I'm not hacking anything. I'm just hiding behind this van and shooting them.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it the same as like other open world like GTA? Like, they don't funnel in when you start like shooting guns blazing, or even Red Dead.
But do you think that's a flaw of the game? Like, do you feel like that the fact that you can get through, that hacking is such a non-essential part of it, despite the fact that they've been
No, I've learned to appreciate the hacking parts, but like during that initial mission where the guard at the very edge of the map arena really goes all the way downstairs and out the front door to meet you.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Like, even GTA does that. Like they will station guards up until you get there, right? They'll trigger once you get to a certain area. But here, everyone is just active.
No, I know what you mean. Like, for some reason, for me with Watch Dogs, if you go guns blazing on this one, it feels like you're playing the game wrong. I don't know. For me, like when I go into a restricted area, I'm gonna figure out how to like use the damn hacking, because it's actually fun. Like, oh, there's a lift there. I can go up there.
Yeah, it feels
I can distract.
more rewarding if you hack.
Yeah, and then I can explode this guy and this guy and this guy. Well, actually, then again, that's when you feel powerful, when you actually play stealth, because you can say you start camera hopping and you start exploding every single explosion to kill everybody, and then in the end you didn't have to use your gun. You just used the devices around you, which is actually I don't know. For me, like in the first few hours, it's actually fun. I'm not too sure in the later hours.
I'm actually like, the gang mission side quests.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of dudes in an area. I always try to stealth kill everyone there. Like always. If I get seen, I run away or like maybe die and just restart the whole mission.
And actually, it's done well. The stealth mechanics, it's actually done well.
Yeah, like similar to MGS5 Ground Zeroes, you can mark guards by, like in MGS, if you look through your binoculars and see guards, you'll mark them. Then throughout the whole area, you'll see them through walls and in the distance. Yeah. It's essentially the same here, right? Where like you hack a camera, pan around.
You pretty much tag it. You tag it.
So that's fun. Like you can hop from camera to camera within range. And that's how you get around without actually going there and scout the whole area. And then
because once you do that,
like,
you can start planning it already.
Yeah, like, this guy's beside this box. Oh, this guy has a grenade in his pocket. Oh, this guy's phone can ring. Or I can trick them into going to this area and then blow them up or something. And that's when you start getting creative and like, or maybe I can lure him here and knock him out. Then if this guy hears me, I'll wait here and knock him out. That guy's over there. I'm going to chuck a remote bomb, chuck a sound lure, then stuff like that. That's what I enjoy about this game.
Yeah, actually, me too. What about you, Will? Are you approaching this game more of a stealth kind, or are you just mixing and matching it?
I'm more mixing and matching it. But I definitely I find myself trying to take a non-lethal approach as much as possible. I guess if you consider that stealth, then that's what I'm doing.
Sure.
Yeah, you can shoot their kneecaps and then they get disabled, I think.
No, but I'm just such a stickler for preserving ammo until I really need it that I try to figure out how to knock people out.
I would like to preserve ammo, but there's so much ammo.
There's so much ammo. It's insane.
It's so stupid.
But
yeah, go ahead. But go
But
ahead.
that's exactly the thing. There's no real reason for me to actually play it as I am, but it's just force of habit. Because in any game that offers more of a like kill versus like knockout mechanic, I'll generally tend to opt for the knock them out mechanic. Like it's similar to like Splinter Cell, you know, that where you can either kill people or you can just knock them out. I tend to just knock them out.
Which, by the way, since you mentioned Splinter Cell, I think they really borrowed the whole cover system from Splinter Cell because it really reminds me of Splinter Cell.
Yeah, it's
like,
really similar.
Like if you just press A, you're already crouched in that corner, and if you want to go in that same box but on a different side, you just press A, and then
he'll automatically run there.
Yeah, which it feels seamless and perfect for.
I actually only have one gripe with that is how you get off cover because sometimes it just doesn't want to work.
Yeah,
you have to push stick in the opposite direction of the wall. Then, yeah, it's hard to tell whether he's crouching on a wall or not sometimes. But yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah. So that for me, I like the fact that when you have to go through all those gunfights, there's a lot of options on how to do it, especially when you have to infiltrate or it's a full-blown gunfight. Because the gunfights, like there's some missions where there's nothing you can do. You just have to fight them. You have to shoot them down. You can still play around with the hacks because there's always a sniper with a freaking
the snipers see you from really far off.
They can see you from really far off, but there's always an explosive box beside them. Always.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It's poor guys. Like they're always beside that thing, and then wherever the enemies funnel in when it's a shootout, there are always like explosions everywhere. So there's like traps that you can play in and predator like covers that you can use. The shooting's okay.
I like how you can like move to a different corner and they lose sight of you.
Yeah,
that's a nice mechanic because you can trick them out and you can actually hear them say, "Where'd he go? I think he was over there." Then you're right behind him.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like they're flanking me at times.
Yeah,
like it seems like they're very responsive.
If you don't move,
they start to adjust. They start to adjust.
Unlike GTA, where you can hold a corner and just beat the whole level that way.
So, dude, that's fun. I don't know. For me, those GTA waves, that's how I do it.
Yeah, but it gets kind of boring that way.
I know.
It's fun how you can like mess around with them.
But it's pretty cool. I like the fact that the Watch Dogs AI is actually, I don't know, quote unquote smart.
A little competent, yeah.
A little bit competent. What else we want to hit with Watch Dogs? So far, the hacking's okay. I don't know. I'm at hour 5, I think. Hour 6.
You're finding it okay? Like you don't. I don't, like I mentioned. For me, I just find it's a bit too simple.
It's not
so central to the game.
It's not as creative as I expected it.
Yeah, exactly.
To be, but I was like, it's a video game and it works.
For something so central to the premise, I feel like it could have been better.
Could have been better.
It's literally a weapon.
For me, I like the simplicity of it. Like it's so far right now. Because I have this feeling it's going to be repetitive, but at this point where I am in the game, I like the quick up. You have instant access.
I guess I don't like what I don't like about the hacking is the street hacking when you're being chased. Like you can trigger a traffic or a roadblock or spike strips. Because what usually ends up with me is the moment I'm going to it, I just trigger it and look back and hope it hits. I'm not usually.
I look back. I look back and trigger it. I look back and trigger it.
It depends on like the distance and the timing. Then, but like during most of the times, right? Watch where you're going because the driving is. I don't know. Most people say it's not the best. I hate
the driving.
Yep, people compare it to GTA 4, but driving to the slippery road GTA 4. But believe me, go back to GTA 4. That driving is way worse.
Is it? Because me, when it comes to driving, I hate driving. I just go bikes because the bikes feel okay at least.
The bike physics are amazing in this game. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it makes sense because there's a blocker anyway. It makes sense because I can go through blockers. So it seems like the ideal way to just have that. You're more maneuverable that way. But in terms of the driving, I don't like the driving. Bikes.
The cars feel really heavy, like the steering.
Yeah.
And like they tend to swerve out a few times, but it's not as bad as GTA 4. It's way better than GTA 4. Because GTA 4, you needed skill to drive, because that game was weird.
What about the variety of missions? What do you guys think about those? Because we're talking about an open world game that's just it's like, for those who don't know, it's a full game, it's a full $60 game, and it's filled with content.
There's a lot
Are you
to
guys
do.
are you guys feeling the repetitive breaks? I'm already at hour 5 and I'm already feeling it, but I feel like I got all the modes. I've done all the modes, the possible modes in the game.
No, you're right. I agree with you. Like you're very quick to reach the point when you start repeating mission types.
Yeah.
The dressing is a little different, but essentially it's
It's the same
the
thing.
same shit. Yeah. Like go here,
Yeah, like-
pick this thing up, or like listen into this guy, etc.
There's a lot to do, but you can only count how many actual things there are like in your hand. Because they're all the same, just in different areas with like different quote unquote people.
Yeah, it's like what do we have? The hacking,
Right.
the trailing, the convoy.
I think the only thing I haven't tried is all the mini games.
I tried that.
Have
I
you
tried
played
that.
chess?
No,
Not yet. I've only tried the drinking game, mini game.
I've tried the spider tank, which is pretty funny because it has its own skill tree, which is weird. If you guys have tried the spider tank one, it has level ups and everything, and then you can actually improve your spider tank, and then go for another go. It's weird, but there's a lot of mini games, and it just feels like fodder, like playing chess, seriously, or gambling. Well, then again, other open worlds also have it, but I don't know. Maybe we're too sick of it, right? Just seeing it, because we're now like flooded with open world games like, of course, GTA, Red Dead, Saints Row, Assassin's Creed. That when we see these like gambling games, we're not that impressed with it anymore.
Like GTA's mini games are like only a handful, but like each mini game is so well done that you tend to like not even put it off as a bad thing. Like golf in GTA 5. Remember how the first time we tried that? We spent an hour playing all 9 holes. Unlike in Watch Dogs, most of the mini games are very throwaway. Like I did the drinking game once, then after that, like I don't feel the need to do it ever again.
But I did one mini game, and I don't think I'll ever do it again as well. To be honest, I don't know. The missions are okay, but again, like I said, it's a Ubisoft game. It's filled with content just to
it's fun. Like there's no doubt about it that this is a good game, but it's certainly, I think, not reaching the potential that it could have, because it's very quick.
The game is too ambitious.
It's very quick to borrow elements from other games, so it feels a little bit unoriginal at times in that sense.
Yeah.
And then the fact that again the hacking seems a little undercooked. Well, to me, the most touted feature that could have set it apart is probably one of the more underdeveloped features as well. So when you put it together, you get a good, competent game, but definitely not something I would say is Game of the Year material. You know?
My biggest worry was like the fact that everybody would say that we were expecting more. Because I'm at 5 hours in, I can say that it's a good game, but I can definitely say that I was expecting more because of the hype. Like, it's just because of how blown up this game was. We're all expecting like this kind, and then now we're like, okay.
See, I'm coming from the opposite end, where like I was not expecting this to be a good game, and I'm liking it more than I thought I would. But yeah, I can understand where you're all coming from, where it seems the hacking was overly hyped. Then you can.
And of course, we were down, and then we had graphics that were also hyping it up, but they downgraded towards the end.
Yeah, and this half-year-long delay as well didn't help it at all.
So it's
a good game, but what Will said, it's not Game of the Year material.
Visually, is it next gen? I don't think it's next gen. I think it looks nice.
Not. No, like, it looks nice at some parts, but some look garbage.
No,
I like the animation.
I've even seen some comparisons to Grand Theft Auto 4 on PC, and GTA 4 actually looks better in some aspects still. And that's what, 8-year-old.
Yeah, the city textures in GTA look nicer. A question, how does the swimming look on your end? Like, Will, what are you playing Watch Dogs on?
On Ultra. PC? But it looks fine, yeah. I mean, it looks good on PC, yeah. I thought
Have you seen my video? Have you seen my video of me swimming? it looks like a man pretending to swim like on the floor. Like almost all of his body is above the water. Then he's doing this weird little janky freestyle.
I haven't touched the water. Well,
The water looks like shit.
It doesn't look that bad.
On PS3 it looks like shit.
Oh, on PS3 it looks like shit. Okay. So I'm also playing in PC.
To be fair,
And
PS3 is deemed to be the worst version.
I'm sure the
Because,
360s also. I'm sure they considered like the previous gens as like their, I don't know, their lowered version. But then again, I'm not too sure if it looks really as bad, because I'm actually gonna test how the PC version looks at ultra low, like all the way down, to really compare the PS3 with the ultra low.
I saw a
and
comparison
see.
of the ultra low settings and PS3.
And
Ultra low actually, like on YouTube, looks better because of the frame rate and the lack of screen tearing.
oh yeah, because consoles in general just have 30 FPS.
It's not even 30 for Watch Dogs sometimes. Like it drops to like maybe 25 at the very least.
Well, well for me,
It's not the frame rate I have issue with. It's the frequent screen tearing. Like
I'm
I just
experiencing
got
that
a
as
new-
well.
I got so I guess that's for everyone then, but I think it's worse on the PS3 because I can see it like in my footage, and I just got a new TV so I can see the screen tearing now because I couldn't in my old one. But like now I just look up to the sky and screen tearing, and there's a lot.
Yeah, because I have to say that I don't think PC is the optimal version for this game. Because I don't know what you will. It should be, but I don't know what you will. But it feels like it's not 60 FPS. It's stuttering around. I see some screen tearing. It's hogging so much of my CPU power, which I don't understand.
It's absolutely
It's
not
weird.
optimized.
No, it's not
No.
60 FPS for me either. And I've got a pretty beefy rig. I think the game.
I have a beefy build, yeah.
The game itself is not. Doesn't seem to be optimized properly for PC. So, but I'm pretty sure that's something that they can eventually fix.
Yeah, they're gonna need a patch. But right now, I think, based on reports, the PS4 version is the most
the
obsolete.
best version. Oh,
Yeah, actually, PS4 and Xbox One actually.
Are
Because I
are the better versions?
Yeah, it seems like it. People are saying it's the better versions. I see comparisons with the PS4 and Xbox One. It's just shadows.
Yeah,
I don't know.
apparently the
It's just the same.
apparently the PS4 is the best. If not, like, I guess the PC's only one up to it is the resolution. But then
Yeah.
most of the people don't really care about that. So for now, PS4 is deemed the best version.
Yeah.
And PS3 is the worst version.
Because they're gonna just patch that in. I like the animations. That's the reason why I think it's pretty cool. They look really. I like how Aiden's like reactions in his face.
Yeah, like
And-
once you pull out the handgun, he puts his mask on.
Yeah, those kind of little touches as well is pretty cool. And how I don't know, that signature and how he holds his gun when he runs around. That's actually pretty.
Yeah, he holds it behind his back. That's cool.
It looks fun. No, for me, it's pretty cool. It's actually iconic.
I think
Once-
there's also like mild wind, because you notice that a lot of the Foley moves.
Yeah, there's
It
sometimes there's
looks
like some.
really nice. Like almost
If you
all
saw-
of the trees and the grass move. Unlike most games where only some parts of it move, here almost all of them do. Even though they're
you
like
see-
flat.
If you see the E3, the first photos of E3 for Watch Dogs, like everything, like the wind is actually the
The wind looks really good in that one.
Yeah, and it feels
Even-
like a storm was coming.
But the one we got is not bad though. But just compared to the E3 one, yeah,
The E3
Yeah.
the E3 one just looked ridiculous.
it looked next gen.
Yeah, and this is definitely still not next gen.
Maybe Watch
Yeah.
Dogs too.
Do you think the E3 version would, like the PS4 and Xbox One, and of course the PC in the future, like in a couple of years, like maybe a year from now, would reach that kind of level where it will be easy to do?
I think.
Or
yeah.
we're still years
No,
away
I
from
think
that many
PS4 and
particles?
Xbox One will reach almost that kind of level. Maybe a few GIMP textures, but you remember that big gas station explosion on the E3 version?
That was a lot
I
of
think we'll
particles
reach
flying.
at least that because that looked really.
That's actually the highlight, actually, because if you compare the one, because someone tried to recreate the gas station explosion,
Yeah, I
It's
saw
nothing
that. Video. It's
yeah.
so dinky compared to that.
It's like a small little fire came out. It's hilarious. Okay, next up, the online. How's the online for you guys?
I haven't played around with it, to be fair.
I wasn't looking for it. It found me.
Yeah, someone
Like,
invaded you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same for me. I
It
haven't gone
works.
into it, but like people go into my world and mess me up.
Yeah, and I think it works because that's the concept, right? People are like seamlessly just invading you and just bothering you.
The 2 times I got invaded, I was streaming then, and it seemed to work fine. You know how, yeah, like I said a while ago, when you when you hack people's phones, some of them will call like the cyber police, and they'll put a bounty on your head.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
Other players can redeem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got invaded by something like that already. And like
Same.
I found him on the camera, then he just started booking it. And yeah, there didn't seem to be any like lag. He wasn't teleporting about or anything. And I think Arlie also gets invaded and even finds games while he's streaming.
Yeah.
And it seems to be fine. Like
It works. It really works.
the only issue, which is like a Ubisoft thing, was matchmaking wasn't very good initially. But that's on Ubisoft's end apparently, so
Well, and based on the PC version, when you start searching for the hacking modes and missions, it takes a while. It says 2 to 3 minutes estimate. It takes 5 to 7. It takes a while. It's actually best to just let it go. Just play the game and it'll happen.
yeah, because you get a lot of notices for it anyway.
Yeah, and people like I remember I was going to like the side mission. I was about to accept it, and all of a sudden someone hacked me, and then it blocked me from entering that mission. And like, oh shit! And then someone hacked my info. So I was like, oh shit.
Well. I was about to hack one of the CTOS towers, then you've been invaded. Like shit! I was literally what the thing.
I thought it was staged until the guy was like, I don't know,
Running
the
in
guy
circles.
it was not staged. It didn't feel the guy that I was looking for was not staged because he was not doing it right.
It's not moving like an AI.
He was not. It's cool though. I like the online mode. I haven't done all of it. There's also that free roam one which I haven't tried. There's also the 8-player where you all have to try to hack this one file. It's more like capture the flag. It's chaotic. It's stupidly chaotic.
Sounds chaotic.
There's also tailgating where you have to tail this guy.
Until the percentage fills up.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fun. Of course, the one-on-one hacking where you have to just stay around.
There's a problem with that though, that little game mode, because I've noticed people will try to isolate you. They run to a place with no spawning NPCs.
Yeah.
And since you have to tail him, like, it's obvious that you're gonna be the player.
It's actually pretty. There are some assholes that you find. There's also some areas because like these one-on-one matches happen depending on where you are. So it's technically different maps every single time. And if you are unlucky to find that like rural area, there's like housing places, like there are people there, but it's not them just walking around. There's always just there lang inside a garbage can. So you have to check every garbage can and all that. It's kind of not I don't know. It's unbalanced, but the fact of the matter is it actually works.
Yeah, it's a better online experience than GTA 5.
It definitely is. I have to agree. Like GTA Online has nothing compared to what Watch Dogs up to this point.
Yeah, that initial GTA 5 thing was really bad.
And it's seamless. It's also seamless when you're doing all the chaotic and multiplayer. Once it's done and you drop it,
yeah, there's no loading. Load. Yeah,
there's no loading.
You're just in the open world. I like that.
Yeah, everything that happened in multiplayer just disappears, and then bam, you can play your single player game.
Yeah,
I wish that's how single player and multiplayer games happen now in the future, because that's just I don't know. That's
drop
some
in,
good.
Drop out. You mean like that?
Yeah, there's no loading. There's no loading at all.
It doesn't even reset NPCs or environments.
Yeah.
Just like when he's gone, he's gone. He just disappears. Then everything is as it's. Yeah.
And then some of the carnage goes with him. Actually, like some cars that he fucked up, he goes with him. So the multiplayer definitely works. That's actually that's my second hour where I just want to hack people because I enjoyed it. But yeah, overall, Watch Dogs, it's not what I was expecting because it was all being hyped as next gen. But it's definitely a good game though.
It's a good game, yeah.
It's definitely a good open world game. I still got the whole Assassin's Creed formula-ish thing, but
yeah, you have a parkour button.
Yeah, there's a parkour
which is
and hold something.
Yeah, if you hold it and you sprint, he'll technically will be Altair for a bit until he hits a wall because he can't climb up. No.
Yeah, but there are some where he'll just magically float up and then climb that one.
Yeah, he's quite the parkour himself, Mr. Aiden.
Physically fit. There was a one of the side missions where you have to ram a car, then knock out one of the guys inside.
Mm.
One of those stupid, I forgot what they're called.
Those things are easy. Those things are easy.
Like some of those are bullshit because they throw so many dudes at you.
No, dude, is that the convoy one you're talking about?
Yeah, the convoy. No, but this one you have to knock him out. You can't kill them, and then there's two of them, and they have like each van has like 2 cars worth of dudes.
Okay, that's pretty hard because there's some where you have to kill them. Because all I do is like stop their convoy and just throw all my grenades at them,
or run them over the moment they get out.
Yeah,
the thing is, I think I retried this 4 times, and one of those moments was I ran this car, got out of mine. I was gonna run and knock him out with a melee attack.
Yeah.
And since it's mapped to circle, which is also the parkour, I was right beside him, but Aiden kept climbing his van over and over again, and then I got shot to death in the sky.
That's Assassin's Creed.
That's Assassin's Creed right there.
Yeah, like it's all like all those damn actions are all fused into one button to the point that the damn character gets confused and what it wants to do.
See, that's why I wish they weren't trying to dumb it down so much though, because having there's still functionality in having multiple buttons, having the AI of the system of the game isn't smart enough to really figure out what exactly you want to do with just one button.
Yeah, because also Splinter Cell and of course Assassin's Creed has the same problem where it's all fused into one button.
Assassin's Creed is the worst offender, really, because
yeah, it is.
You'll be like awesome jumping around in one direction. And suddenly you'll be like, where the fuck am I going?
You climbed the wrong ledge.
Stop climbing. Last but not least, story. I don't know what to say about the story.
The story is garbage.
Oh really?
I
haven't built up. It's building up for me, but
I like one of the worst.
Well, I just find, first of all, I don't like Aiden as a character. Like, he's just
one of the worst protagonists.
He's very uninteresting. Like, he's just like, for me, I don't find him that interesting at all. And then
actually, I agree with you. I actually like his partner better, the Chinese guy.
Yeah, the Chinese dude's cool.
No,
he's cooler.
All the side characters are much more interesting than the main character.
I have to understand, yeah. Even the sister's actually more cooler than him. The sister's already just like, it's just around. He's not really doing much. And she seems more emotionally, driven than this vigilante. But I don't know, I can't say much about the story yet.
Aiden is so like selfish and self-centered. And I don't know, his motivations are not as grave as even like the most generic action hero. Because usually what happens is like, oh, you and your wife were on a road trip and your daughter gets killed. But here, it's you and your sister and your niece. Like, sure, family is important, but like, the weight of the revenge plot is not really all that, like, not as heavy as...
The driving force to have the story move forward, yeah, I agree. Like, it's... Because the starting of the whole story, what propels you to or the character to move forward into what all this crap he's doing. It doesn't feel enough, especially once you're done with the tutorial and then you're like filled with this open world after 11 months, like after the initial introduction, and all of a sudden like you're a vigilante, you're hacking people, you're actually saving people, you want to stop crime.
You're saving people, but you're stealing thousands of dollars from cancer patients.
When you want to.
Good job, Ubisoft.
There's a lot of cancer patients apparently in Chicago.
That morality system, man.
That morality system. I don't know. You want final thoughts on Watch Dogs?
Again, for me, great game, fun game, and I think worth its money, definitely, but definitely not Game of the Year material. I'm thinking this will sell enough though to warrant a sequel, and either Ubisoft will take, we'll just keep things as is and add to the story, or they'll hopefully fix a few of the problems that we've mentioned.
I think they announced that the DLC will have a completely different protagonist.
Oh, will it? Okay.
something along those lines. So I'm looking forward to that because
That's Ubisoft's thing though, where it's
Aiden
it's
Aiden
standalone.
can suck it. Aiden has the same name as that stupid ghost from Beyond Two Souls, which makes me hate him even more.
Oh, you put back Beyond Two Souls out of nowhere.
Yeah, I keep calling him Aiden.
Where did that come from? I know you hate the
name.
game. I saw it.
I hate
I read your review. I mean,
Fuck that game.
yeah, I agree with Will. Even the pre-orders alone will garner the damn game of a sequel, because that's like one of the biggest pre-ordered games in this year, which is crazy. It's a new IP, but
Yeah, we also got decent pre-order bonuses on our side. We got the Watch Dogs hat instead
You know
of
what?
just a shirt and a poster.
you know what? Screw pre-purchasing and pre-ordering and day one editions. Because like what I said, I played the game in the highest difficulty. All those damn extra bonuses just made the game just feel cheap. I don't know. Like to the point where I wanted to do some of the missions just with the pistol, just to have a little bit of fun. Because I have this really strong pistol that will kill anybody with one bullet. I mean, as much as I want to at least have some power, I want a little bit of challenge.
Have you noticed that headshots make a different sound effect from shooting them anywhere else?
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they do. And I also noticed that if you shoot their knees, it also makes the same sound effect. Because apparently, like, you get higher EXP if you take out policemen's knees instead of killing them. Because you're going non-lethal,
Because you're Batman.
essentially. With guns.
You're Batman with a problem. Oh, no, Batman had a problem before. Or it has
Drinking
having a problem.
problem.
Yeah, I guess that's it for our watch. I'm still going, like, I am still in Act 1. There's 4 acts in the main story. I'll most
I'm at
likely
one
talk
as
more.
well, man.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
can't
alone
get.
there.
Well,
I'm freaking
depending
5
on,
hours in.
I think we'll
and-
still be playing this by next week, but I think we probably have a lot of E3 stuff to discuss. So I doubt we who knows, we will.
Yeah, we might talk about it, but for sure though, Watch Dogs, if you guys were kind of contemplating if it's good or not, it's definitely worth checking out. It's a new IP. It's filled with content. It's actually pretty cheap on PC. And
It's fun, man. Like at the end of the day, it's fun. So I go out and buy it. If you're looking for something new to buy, it's definitely worth picking up. Absolutely.
Yeah, even on consoles, it's not as expensive as most new releases.
Yeah.
So go
Just
get
don't
it.
get blown away. It's not next gen.
Yeah, don't expect like to be completely blown off your feet. But this is a good game that
It's a
takes
good game.
good elements from other games like Assassin's Creed and Grand Theft Auto and puts it together to create this what it is. And the end result is it's actually it's really fun. So there, that's my fun.
Watch Dog It 2 with Aiden and an actual dog. A dog can
Riley
hack
from
the
Call
city.
of Call of
Riley
Duty.
from Call of Duty, I know.
You
you
have
wanna-
a doggy cam.
Yeah, the doggy can.
Oh god, like Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty. You want to let's have a quick break before, because I think
Well,
that's a lot. That's a lot of Watch Dogs. That's actually just one damn topic.
One
And-
damn game.
Well, it's the most hyped game of 2014, believe it or not.
so far.
Okay,
Yeah.
It was so freaking hyped, and I think we knocked all of it out. If you guys have any questions about the game, just let us know. But we have a couple of news we want to mention, E3 related, and a couple of reveals. So we'll just be back in a few seconds, and we'll talk about that. So thanks, guys. Hey, we're back. This is the second half of the TMG Podcast, episode 34, June 1. No more Watch Dogs. Sorry, we're not going to talk about it anymore.
We are going to talk a little bit about Watch Dogs still.
Damn it. Yeah, go
but
ahead.
We have to move on to news. Recently, an article came up on Forbes discussing some shenanigans between AMD and Nvidia. AMD and Nvidia, of course, are the two major graphic card developers for PC. Not just PC gaming, but PCs in general, right? Like they're the two big ones. Making
when it's meant to be played that way.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
Now the article goes on to say that basically a lot of there's not hidden code. I wouldn't say it's hidden, but there's specific code in a lot of games which optimize them for Nvidia cards specifically,
No, in a nutshell, like if they have a specific code for Nvidia cards, that will greatly improve the performance of a specific game.
Yeah, so you're kind of getting cheated if you have an AMD card. You're
not getting that specific added effect.
Full experience, yeah.
If you're very, very particular with your graphic detail and all that. For example, again, Watch Dogs. Nvidia has these settings that have these extra code that would at least like really test your rig and then like add a little bit more detail.
For its own.
Yeah, and I think there are some games that there are specific technologies that Nvidia owns, like the physics engine, which is taken advantage of in quite a few PC games. Like I know Batman, the Arkham games have used the physics engine to a great degree. I think Assassin's Creed as well.
Yeah, a lot of EA games also use Nvidia physics.
Basically, AMD is just saying here that this is overall a bad practice for the industry because it makes it very non-competitive. It's like you got to get an Nvidia card if you're gonna game on the PC. Then like AMD cards are basically off the table immediately. That's the gist of what I'm getting from this article. And they're arguing that developers should be unbiased when developing as far as the graphical whatever programming they have to do for it. So yeah, what do you guys feel about that?
I don't know.
Do you feel that that's like if it's a bad practice for developers?
It's a normal business practice because, like, of course, businesses would want to get most of the customers. So, and Nvidia's been doing this for a while, I think.
No, isn't the big problem though with this whole issue is the fact that Nvidia has a specific code and like added detail for a specific game, and then of course like Ubisoft works with Nvidia to do this to achieve this, but isn't like reason why AMD is also calling foul is because they don't get to have a chance to help out by like to optimize the game for their cards. Like because the Watch Dogs being developed with Nvidia cards and all that with Nvidia in mind. AMD doesn't get to touch the code so that they won't have issues with their cards because it's different code, it's different settings. So when you hit AMD cards on this specific Nvidia-ish game, you'll have issues or some.
It's not quite optimized.
Yeah, and then people are saying you can't touch like Nvidia. I'm not too sure if it's Nvidia or Ubisoft saying that you can't touch it. Like this is like you guys are like you'll have to watch it from a window or something. They can't
watch Watch Dogs from a window.
Yeah, or something like that. Is it bad practice? I think it is.
Yeah, it's like you can own specific lines of code. Like companies can own lines of code. Like remember the whole John Carmack thing with the Oculus Rift?
Which is still ongoing. Yeah.
No, but they're saying
because
they're also saying here, Watch Dogs is evidently unoptimized for AMD hardware, but very optimized for Nvidia hardware. So a lot and AMD has about according to the article have 40% of the total PC market. That's a big chunk. And I don't know. It feels at the same time they're crying over like sour milk. Like they're just crying foul because they're getting shafted. But at the same time, like I get. I
kind of understand their overall
it's
reason.
Just business, man. Like get your shit together.
Actually, it is. It's just, I guess it's how people do it because it's also bad practice. But at the same time, it's just how they're gonna like ease in this concept.
Yeah, I'm sure Nvidia like gave and gets money from all this, so it's not like
for sure,
it's like bias because it's business. It's not bias. So maybe AMD should be a scumbag too.
Yeah, but aren't we going to be affected in the long run? Because I'm currently running a Radeon, so I'm an AMD guy.
Okay, yeah. I run an Nvidia card, so
and you're an Nvidia,
I
so
haven't noticed any issues whatsoever, really.
I'm finding issues already. Like for what I was saying, that I'm having huge CPU like hogging. Like
but that's the same with me. Like I don't think that's specifically a Nvidia AMD.
But yeah, maybe. No, but then I can also question: is that also a possible contribution? Because I know that Nvidia is optimized for Watch Dogs. I can have that kind of argument now, since they're saying that there's a difference. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the bad practice for us, where in the near future we'll have more games like this, and then a good chunk, if Nvidia does this more, a good chunk will feel kind of left out, where I should have gotten an Nvidia card because I really like this game and it looks pretty gorgeous, but I don't think I can get this kind of stuff like that. It becomes that kind of thing.
From a business point of view, though, that's sort of kind of what you want, though. If I was Nvidia, I want people with AMD cards to say like, oh crap, I should have bought an Nvidia, like that.
It's like a mini console war.
It is.
That's basically it.
Graphics wars. But those two have been like at each other's necks forever. Like it's always been Radeon and Nvidia,
right?
Yeah, and I'm sure AMD also have already stated that some games optimize for their cards.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just them. Maybe they're just them joining the Watch Dogs bandwagon. It's more now in the spotlight. Maybe in the end it just won't affect us as much as we were.
Maybe
fearing.
Warhammer is just really that bad.
Maybe Watch Dogs.
Definitely as a PC gamer, like when you boot up certain games, like when at the beginning when they have all the developer logos pop up, like a lot of them they will say like Nvidia or they'll have
most of them say
the AMD logo.
AMD meant to be played. I mean, that's Nvidia.
Or it's not AMD meant to be played. It's something, right?
The AMD.
Is this why it's hard to develop for the Wii U because they run AMD?
I don't know.
I could put that argument. I don't know. You never know.
That's the thing. It's hard to say. As gamers, at the end of the day, I guess it makes life for us easier, like because we know, kind of like okay, because a lot of companies are working more closely with Nvidia, it makes more sense that if I'm going to build a computer, I would also buy an Nvidia card, right, rather than an AMD card.
Yeah.
AMD has always gone with I remember for a long time they've been going with the fact that they are cheaper. They are a cheaper alternative to Nvidia. With, unless
most
you're
of the arguments.
I went AMD just for the sake of just having something new, because all my PCs, all my rigs since I've ever owned one was always Nvidia, and I just wanted to have something new and fresh. And I have no complaints with my graphics card as well. But
is the Nvidia grass greener on the other side?
Not really. I mean,
it doesn't feel the same. I guess when people address this issue, then I'm thinking I feel left out. But if they never mention it, it'll be fine.
This is something that I think only people who love to overclock and
and
run those
start a fire.
These are probably the people who bitch about resolutions
and refresh rate.
Like most of the world will not see that.
No, exactly.
972p against 970p.
You're talking about at most 10 FPS difference in a game. That's something that you would never notice otherwise. Maybe there are other differences, like maybe some of the lighting is a little rendered differently or the textures are differently, but unless you're really scrutinizing side by side these games, it's not something that you would really notice, I think. So it comes down to an issue of price and price, and I think
I think it's more comes down to what you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with Nvidia.
Most of the arguments I hear about Nvidia and AMD is not even price. It's like durability or something. Like,
how long will it
last longer or whatever.
Or like how easy is it to overclock and things like that. The other thing you have to consider is also like the like the extras that you get with itch. Like Nvidia comes with this thing now called Shadow Play, which is essentially a screen capture recorder, and so it's basically a way to either stream,
record
or stream just with its built-in software. They've got other stuff also. They've got like
they also give games. Like specific cards actually come with games. Like I think when Splinter Cell came out,
even AMD does that, right? Like I think you can buy Radeon cards which come with games as well, like with Tomb Raider or whatever.
Yeah, I think I remember my last Nvidia card. I got Warmonger. I don't know what the fuck the game was, but I got a Warmonger copy.
But does like AMD come with extra software stuff like?
It came with a boost program. Overclocking boost.
An overclocking thing. Like Nvidia comes with this thing called GeoForce Experience, which automatically optimizes a game's graphical settings based on your current.
Oh, then it's a tuning one, yeah. So it's a tuning setup. Yeah.
And I find it's very. I think it works really good actually. Like for pretty much 90% of the games that are compatible with it, when I click optimize settings, it really picks the settings that get me the best overall experience. And I don't have to play around with it anymore, you know. And like nowadays, especially, there's so many little things like freaking FXAA, film grain, shadow detail, texture detail, all this. Yeah,
which before I actually enjoyed doing, but now I just want to have a setting that looks nice and at the same time won't blow a hole in my damn PC. That's what I'm like. That's what I'm going through with Watch Dogs right now, because it doesn't look that taxing, but it just sounds taxing. The fan is going through the roof right now, and I don't know why. And I'm just standing there, and it's just like the fan's going overboard. But yeah.
Well, it also has to do with the fact that we live in a freaking tropical country. Like
that too.
Our hardware in this country have to work a lot harder than say like if you lived in Germany or something, you know.
Yeah, cooling will be a problem for them unless they overclock and shit.
Yeah, and then you know there are those groups that like just push their rigs to the limit and they have like freaking liquid nitrogen that they're pouring on it while it's running Crysis or whatever.
Does not make any sense. Up to now, it doesn't make any sense to me.
You know, but so there you go. I guys, just like let us know what you guys think. I think at the end of the day, this is not so much an issue for gamers. We'll decide with our wallets, really. At the end of the day.
Like what Lewis said, it's more like AMD, like Nvidia doing this. In the end, actually, I don't think it's real.
It's funny how they're bitching when they own 40% of the PC market.
Yeah.
Not own, but like supply.
But I guess they're just not anymore at the forefront as they used to be when it comes to like the latest and greatest in PC gaming.
They feel they felt a shift.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
And you know how like every so often, every few years, there will be a game that will come out that will sort of be like the benchmark for graphical prowess for.
Oh my god! I honestly think it's Watch Dogs, unless they fucking patch it.
You think so? Like I think no, because it's always been like Quake or Doom or Crysis.
No, it's Crysis at this point.
Yeah.
But there's so many options in Watch Dogs to the point that you can really like if you want to test a gaming rig, you go Watch Dogs, you bring everything up.
Yeah, that's true.
And then let's say if you have a fire, then you can run it in that
you have a fire.
It's burning and you're still experiencing screen tearing everywhere.
Yeah, it's not 60 frames per second, but then, damn it. Alright.
58 FPS, damn it.
Alright, let's move on. No more Watch Dogs. Out. It's gone. Maybe next week.
God.
You want to go, let's go E3, because it's next week. It's in a couple of days.
It's a few days, man. Like,
I gotta stock up in chips. I gotta stock up in soft drinks.
And Mountain Dew.
Doritos and Mountain Dews. I gotta get all my coffees.
Oh yeah. It's Royal and Nagaraya, right? You know.
Are you guys gonna watch it live? That's my tradition. I watch it live.
I will watch. I will be watching the main.
The big three.
The big three live.
I'm off on those days of E3. I'm not gonna go to work.
I used to do that. I'd file my leaves half a year early. Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna get all the conferences. Yeah, I'm gonna get all those damn info from E3, suck it up completely, and then, go on with my life after that.
You write in your leave form. I'm going to LA virtually. I'm gonna attend the press conference in my house.
What's the first E3 news you want to tackle? You want to go Nintendo or you want to go Nintendo?
Let's go Nintendo.
Okay, let's go Nintendo. Apparently there's going to be a Metroid game that'll be showing.
Rumored.
Well, the confirmed games to be showing.
yeah, well, it's not really a surprise because I think we were all already expecting that, yes, Metroid is going to come out on the Wii U in some form. It's just...
But I guess it's
happy
cool.
to see it, you know?
The question is, it's going to be if it's a teaser or a gameplay demo. Because if it's a gameplay demo, yes, sir.
I'm kind of hoping that they go back to a 2D side-scroller.
What?
I'm kind of hoping they go back to the classic 2D side-scrolling Metroid rather than the...
True, or rather than the first-person...
The first-person one that's sort of gotten more popular nowadays.
Yeah, and...
I like the side-scrolling more than the first-person one.
Same here.
That's just me.
Too. I think that's the essence of Metroid, you know, is side-scrolling, big map, exploring.
Or like something similar to other M, even though people hate that game. Like a third-person Metroid instead of a first-person one. Like 3D exploration, but with like 2D-esque like map layouts or something, where you really have to explore by running around.
But it's interesting though that they're actually if they depending on what kind of Metroid this comes out as, or if it's actually true, because this is just it's the first time I've ever heard about it. Yes, more of that crap, and then maybe Wii U just might be in people's eyes in the end. Of course, aside from the Metroid Wii U game.
Imagine it, like, you know how in other M you have to point the Wiimote at the screen to go to missile mode? What if they do that with the gamepad? Like, you hold it up, then it goes into missile mode. Like, if they do that really well,
there's a lot of opportunity for that little gamepad to do a lot in the Metroid game, you know?
Yeah, it would show you the morph ball puzzles. Like,
or
when
it
you
could
go
be
into
the
a
map,
morph ball,
or
you can go into a tunnel, then it becomes a gamepad thing or something. So much potential, Wii U, damn it.
The Wii U has a lot of potential. They just didn't do it right. So that's what I think. It could have just... Anyway. Zelda, of course. I'm positive it's going to be a fucking demo, so we're going to see Zelda in true HD.
Hyrule Warriors confirmed. Hyrule Warriors confirmed as a title for the Dynasty Warriors game.
Ugh. Is anyone excited for that?
I am. It looks fun, man. And it's made by Team Ninja, so we're going to see Zelda booby physics.
That Zelda game... That Zelda, it looks good, actually.
I don't know. I never liked Dynasty Warriors gameplay, so I'm not that excited about it. But yeah,
another piece of Nintendo news that you should mention, I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Smash Brothers, of course, that's another bit of news. If you don't like any controllers that's currently in Wii U, there's an adapter for the GameCube.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome, but it's just funny that there's another peripheral for them. They always like putting peripherals.
No, but I mean, like, what do you think this will? You think if it's popular enough, they'll re-release the GameCube controller, like as a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because what controllers does the Wii U have now? It has the gamepad, it has the Wiimote. Can it still use the classic controller, like the Pro controller, the one that looks like a controller?
Which one? I'm sure it can. It's just giving that option because, like, for example, Miggy has this old GameCube game controller, so he can use that. But that's actually pretty... I'm not too sure why. Is it that hard to actually get controllers for the new game? Or maybe just people are just,
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just for nostalgia value. I think the first Smash Brothers, the controller for the GameCube worked brilliantly with Smash Brothers. And I remember playing the Wii Smash Brothers Brawl, with just the Wiimote turned sideways, and it didn't feel good at all.
Yo, dudes, what did I miss? I lagged out for a bit.
Oh,
we're talking about the controller for Smash Brothers. Because, like, I was just saying that, like, the GameCube controller is pretty much built for that game.
Man.
So, like, I think this is a fun move on Nintendo to bring it back. Even though I think the Pro controller will work fine. The Pro controller looks like an Xbox controller, so I think that'll work fine.
I tried the Pro controller for Brawl.
Yeah.
And I still... like,
Oh, he's
it
having
just feels like you feel like every time you play Smash Bros. And people use the GameCube, all you hear is the clicking of the analog stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite part because like you have to really, the inputs are just perfect for the GameCube. Like even the button mapping, the physical positions of the buttons are perfect for that.
It actually is a bit of a surprise move. I never expected them to revive the GameCube controller.
I'm just shocked at the fact that they're putting more peripherals.
I expected something like this. I was expecting a new controller in a similar vein to the GameCube one. But, them just saying, oh, here, all those GameCube controllers you saved up because of Smash Brothers, you can use them again. So this is a really nice move from Nintendo.
That's true, actually. I never considered that they might be just more catering towards their old fans who are looking forward to this game. And I guess they're really trying to get that group back in. They haven't announced the price yet on the peripheral, have they? But
no, they just announced it as usual. I guess they'll put more info on E3 when they show it. And I'm positive when they test out because the Smash Bros. Has a tournament in E3, so they can test. They're gonna.
But I would have expected that they would have released like an arcade fight stick or something like that for the Wii U. Rather than a GameCube a GameCube controller, but I guess we'll wait and see. And I'm okay with a GameCube controller, to be fair. It's just I'm just thinking also about future proofing as far as the the future lineup of the Wii U is concerned. If they get other fighters on the Wii U, like for example, if this new rumored Mortal Kombat gets on the Wii U, you'll definitely need a fight stick for that, right?
Where do you think I'm positive they're going to show Mortal Kombat. Where do you think it's going to show, though?
Where or what? Or like which?
Yeah, in Sony or Microsoft.
Oh, that's tough, man.
I'm back again.
Oh, hey. So.
I could, it'd be crazy if they showed it at Nintendo. I would be so.
Mortal Kombat and Nintendo.
If Mortal Kombat was premiered at the Nintendo conference. But I would be clapping, man. I would be clapping for Ed Boon for having the balls to do that.
Yeah.
My guess, likely Sony. Because, remember, Sony had exclusive Kratos character in Mortal Kombat 9. So, if anything is the same, they may also have another kind of exclusive character for this Mortal Kombat. That's my guess. Oh, by the way, guys, yeah, it's more or less confirmed that Mortal Kombat 10 is going to be shown in the next few days.
Oh well, and we'll talk about that with the whole E3 talk in a bit. I guess that's about it in the whole E3 talk. Because right now, can I consider Battlefield?
Battlefield is also going to be.
E3?
That'll definitely be shown on E3.
No, but that's not really E3 news. It's more like just them, or that's definitely E3 news. They just it's a leak. Yeah. They just announced Battlefield Hardline, and then all of a sudden people had access to the leaked footage,
which is
and
apparently
they started
6 months old. It's
so they say.
Much older footage, yeah. So they say, but we'll see how drastically different it looks. Basically, for those who don't know, Battlefield Hardline is the next in the Battlefield series by Electronic Arts. It is cops and robbers, basically. It's sort of like Battlefield takes on Payday. That's the vibe I'm getting from it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the first part of Payday, like all the robbering thing, and then Battlefield shows up, like all the APCs and the cops.
But at the same time, it's also in a way like Counter-Strike, because I don't think it's just like bank robbers, right? It's sort of like there's hostage taking and stuff like that. So there's a bit of terrorism element to it too.
Yeah, they're like different game modes to like I don't know simulate like the whole cops and robbers deal. And they're actually, what I'm interested in is they actually have like actual like cop chases. Like you start shooting people like on a chase. Well,
that's
like,
a specific game mode, right? It's like chasing.
I think so. That's from the leaked trailer. That's what they were saying. And is this the right direction for the franchise? Because for one, I consider this already as EA pushing the franchise to a yearly thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's pretty much confirmed this is a yearly thing. I think this is I cannot say this will be a mainline Battlefield game, because for me, Battlefield is all about huge maps, tons of players, vehicles, and conquest mode. That's Battlefield to me, right?
Yeah, that's true.
This sounds like it'll need a much smaller scale of people, because I can't imagine 64-player 32 on 32 cops and robbers. That sounds a little silly.
That does sound a bit
right?
too
So
silly.
I have a feeling that, but I have a feeling that they probably saw Titanfall, which is also an EA game, and said, hey, you know what, 6-on-6 is working pretty good for that. Why don't we try a smaller scale thing? And to be fair, I think even 16-on-16 Battlefield maps are pretty fun.
Yeah.
For the moment, so maybe.
But I don't think it'll be as big a scale though, or they're gonna change because I don't know. I saw the leaked footage. It feels Battlefield, but I think it would be right if they try to make it more fast-paced to really counter, I guess.
Do you think they're doing the
Call of Duty?
Do you think it's a direct counter to Call of Duty? Well, they've kind of lined up Battlefield as their Call of Duty equivalent as is. So, but I like the fact that they're kind of taking this on in a new direction instead of just releasing like Battlefield 5.
Yeah.
At least this is something slightly different. And hey, if it doesn't, it also means Battlefield 4 has a longer life cycle. Because remember, Battlefield 3 was like around for about a year or so. Only because they had announced Battlefield 4 so quickly after it. So hopefully this means Battlefield 4 will have a longer life cycle before they release a proper Battlefield 5. And I'm still very interested in EA exploring other time areas. Like, remember, Battlefield started off as a World War II era, and then they went to Vietnam, and then they went to the modern age, right? So I wouldn't mind revisiting Vietnam. I wouldn't mind, and Vietnam is considered a bit of a cult hit in the Battlefield series because it got not a lot of support, but was one of the better ones in the series.
It's just funny though that like from Battlefield 4. Well, I'm going back to Battlefield. Like they just go cops and robbers. I mean, like that was like a huge 180. But then again, I don't know. I'll separate this from Battlefield, like what we know about Battlefield and Hardline, because it's obvious what they're trying to achieve here. They're trying to because they don't have anything against Call of Duty, and EA will not. I was thinking EA will give them a pass for this year,
right?
But no, obviously with Hardline they're not. So.
Well, remember, even Call of Duty is taking it into a slightly new direction now with the sort of semi-futuristic PMC.
With Kevin Spacey.
With Kevin Spacey and dogs and things like that, right? So
yeah.
It's nice to see that even though these are yearly releases, that they're trying to break the mold somewhat, and it's not just the same, America versus everyone else sort of deal. So that's Battlefield. Do you want to talk a little bit about From Software's Project Beast?
Oh God, yes. Project Beast, which is rumored to be the next Souls game, and is again rumored to be exclusive title for the PS4.
Yeah. I've seen the graphics. I've seen it looks like it would play like a Souls game, but no one has actually come out and said, yeah, it's Souls 2 or whatever. So that's still a big rumor. But from what I've seen, it's got this very Monster Hunter vibe. No, Monster Hunter is the wrong word.
This is Van Helsing.
When I say Monster Hunter, I mean more in the sense of like you're like Van Helsing style hunting vampires and Frankenstein monsters and things like that. Right?
Yeah, that was the feel of it, right? When I first, based on the screenshots and the first a little bit snippet of video of it, leaked, of course. That's what it feels like. More like a Van Helsing, like Castlevania setting. Because I don't know, it's pretty cool. 'Cause, dude, you have shotguns and guns. Well, that's based on the footage, and I think it's about time they put sawed-off shotguns or a rifle. That would, I don't know. Some people called it foul. They shouldn't have guns on a Souls game, but shit, why not? Just get a shotgun. It'll take a while to reload. It's the same as a crossbow. It's the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much they're just replacing crossbows and bows and arrows with guns, right? So,
Yeah.
not a lot of details really, except for that footage. Do you think we'll get a bigger reveal of this at E3? Probably will.
I think probably, yeah. It's either that or they're gonna save it for. I don't know why they would do that though, but maybe it's either they will throw a teaser and they'll show it later on, or we'll just actually see a demo. Because right now there's so much. I don't know. It's building up. This Project Beast thing is building up pretty fast, and it's right smack when E3 is showing up. So they're building something up, and hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it's not a PS4 exclusive, because I kind of like the fact that the Souls game is for everybody at this point. It can be for PC, it can be for consoles.
I am hoping that this is at least a full next gen game though, and it's not cross generation, because as much as the fact that I still
do we actually have a game that's only cross platforms but only for next gen consoles? We don't have a game.
Cross-gen, but that's only for next gen. Well, Batman Arkham Knight's supposed to be one of them, right?
Oh, that's true.
But so far, no. The only real next-gen stuff we've seen are exclusives, so that would be like Killzone Shadows Fall, Infamous 2, Rise, Dead Rising 3,
Right.
Killer Instinct. Those are true next-gen titles. Everything else is still...
They have a previous gen counterpart. So. But yeah, Project Souls, I'm really excited because I'm still a huge fan of Dark Souls 2, or even like the Souls game in general. I'm still even playing Dark Souls 2. It's looking, I don't know, I'm excited. Whatever they show, I'll squeal, but we'll see. E3, that's about it. Witcher 3 though.
The Witcher 3 have they given a release date on that yet?
No, they actually delayed that, actually. They have a conference coming up on June 5, which will show more info about it. It's not, is that land on E3, technically? It doesn't, I think it does.
I think,
or before E3.
I think they've mentioned also that Witcher 3 will be fully next gen. I don't know if there will be a 360.
There's none.
Yeah, right. And that's good because Witcher is one of my favorite RPG titles to date. There was another announcement for another new game from, I think, was this from Bethesda, I think, called Battlecry.
Yeah, there's not much info about Battlecry yet, but I'll put the link below for this episode, and it's very bloody. That's all I can say about it.
Well, it looks like a Team Fortress in medieval times. That's the vibe I'm getting from it.
That's actually a perfect
minus the humor of Team Fortress, you know.
Yeah.
This looks like because it's got classes. It's team-based multiplayer. Looks like it could be a lot of fun. So, but
yeah, we'll see. It's an announcement trailer, but yeah, Bethesda's working on something new. But going back to E3, I think that's about it with news. Quantum Break has new gameplay footage, which I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it yet because it looks kind of cool. There's so much particle effects happening in the trailer.
I got put off when the guy came on and started talking about like it's going to be a combination of a epic cinematic action game crossed with a TV show, and I'm like, oh god, you sound like David Cage. You know, and
what? Why are both of you just including David Cage every now and then? Like even like a while ago it was Beyond Two Souls out of nowhere.
Well, because David Cage is the one who always keeps talking about meshing like film or television with gaming. Right? He's one of the biggest proponents of that. And now this seems to be practically not to the same level as Cage, but kind of in the same vein. And the gameplay looks like it looks like a third-person Uncharted / like Tomb Raider kind of game, which has some cinematic doodads in on
it. Well, I don't know. Like, what's the TV show thing? Like, the game is all about the heroes, and the TV show is all about the villains. which I don't know. The whole TV mixed with gaming, that's still an experiment that has to be proven. Because the only one that has done it so far was what's that game called? Defiance.
Defiance was the one that tied in directly with the TV show, right?
But that's the only game that kind of did something like that. I don't see any other game that's like in conjunction with a TV series or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, as much as it's in tying in with each other, it doesn't really matter. But like, I think this is the second franchise where they have a show and a game, and then they're doing weird stuff with it. So.
What game is this?
It's Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
Xbox One exclusive. I don't know. The gameplay looks pretty cool. Like, I think it's like an isolated time stop. Like there's a specific spot where that's where the time stops.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Is that those time stop things will only be able to occur in specific scripted areas. It's not like you could stop time at any point, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's an ability or just an element in the game or an environment in the game that you might have to avoid. Because it doesn't seem like the characters have any control with that kind of effect.
Mm.
Based on all the footage, it looks like it just happens and they just have to react on it. On those whole time stop and motion. So, I don't know, it looks pretty. That's all I can say, it looks pretty. I just need to see more of it.
I don't know,
And
the premise seems more interesting than other, Defiance. So, who knows, this could work, because I guess this is the second attempt at something like this.
Yeah, like I said, again, it's this kind of concept with TV and game is yet to be proven if it actually works, because it's still pretty new. And if it actually works, we might start watching series combined with games. But yeah, Quantum Break is exclusive to Xbox One. Sunset Overdrive, I'm still more interested in that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It just looks like a lot of fun.
Well,
is Quantum Break that Suda 51 game?
No.
No.
Quantum Break is the one when time the guy stops time and pulls a girl out of this explosion and
then starts talking to her.
Yeah, starts talking to her. Then,
yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the game. But aside from that, I think that's all the E3 before E3.
The before E3 stuff. We talked a little bit about our expectations last episode for this year. Next week's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about next week.
All E3.
But I'm looking forward to it so much. Like, I really.
Yeah. There's another bit. It's still rumored though. I don't know if I want to mention it. They kind of talked more about Uncharted 4.
With a lot of people leaving Naughty Dog lately, we heard some news. A lot of people were leaving. I'm not sure how Uncharted 4 is gonna.
It's gonna be a downloaded only game though.
Really?
No, just kidding.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
No, I'm not. It became an indie game in the end because Naughty Dog
Because so many people left.
Yeah, Nolan North was funding the Uncharted 4 in the end.
Yeah, and the receptionist of Naughty Dog is developing the whole thing.
Yeah, and Amy Hennig is Skyping the direction for the story. No, but Uncharted 4. It's still a rumor, but people are saying there's a demo coming up for their Sony press conference. Yeah, and they say it's again, of course, they're making they're all blowing it up. It looks amazing, though. They're adding so many new tech into this demo that it might rival it'll be a good rival against. Remember the Uncharted 2 demo when you saw that whole building collapse and it was all happening. That's the reason why I got a PS3 to begin with. That E3 reveal of Uncharted 2. They say it's supposed to be they're trying to beat that. So I'm excited to see Uncharted 4. It's still gonna be Nathan Drake. It's still gonna be Nolan North voicing everybody in that game. And
he'll voice everyone, even the girls.
Even I'm sure he does it. So. But yeah, aside from that, that's all she wrote in E3. Pre-E3.
Pre-E3.
Yeah.
Pre-E3. We'll see.
I think that's pretty much. It's a good time to cut it off here. Also,
Then the next week's already E3.
It is E3? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but for those who don't know E3, because I think we're talking E3 about too much, and there's no one knows what it is.
You cannot be not a gamer and not know what E3 is.
I don't
I'm
know.
surprised how many people don't know what E3 is.
I don't know. You never know. People don't watch
Kids don't know what the hell E3 is.
They don't watch a live convention of like what to come. But that's pretty much what E3 is. It's pretty much giving you
convention of nerds and businessmen.
Nerds, businessmen with a lot of money and investors. Yeah, that's every.
Booth babes.
And booth babes. That's pretty much everybody. Gamers, journalists, investors, and developers gathering in one damn convention center.
Even people from like real journalism, like news, go to E3.
Yeah, because we're talking about new tech, new software, and possibly next gen stuff that we might see in the next 6 months and next year. And so that's the E3, which is happening in LA. What's the official date for E3?
10, 11, 12, I think.
No.
Or 11, 12, 13. I know that
June
Nintendo
10
was
to
on
12.
11.
That's June 10
Yep,
to
June
12.
10 to 12.
That is, sorry. Not this week, the week after. That's Tuesday to Thursday. So this week is actually still,
Oh, okay,
one more
okay.
episode before. You'll be
So-
hearing the next episode during day one.
pretty much.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Huh?
We're in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
That's true.
We're in the future, so listen to us before you watch E3.
Yep.
So next week will be more Watch Dogs. Oh, crap. So I'm still playing that game, so we'll do that. Okay. Before we cut it off, some local news, like maybe two.
Yeah,
Like,
we got two. We got two this
Yeah,
week.
well, let's do it. Let's do it right for the local news. For one, I'll do it because it's weird. Sun Cellular is actually giving some PS Vita if you actually subscribe or lock yourself in.
Yeah, they have a new Sun
What?
broadband gadget plan.
Is that what it's called? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just gadget plan. I don't know. It's $9.99 a month, and you get a PS Vita 2000, the slim one, as well as a pocket Wi-Fi thing.
With a limited net, I think like 60 hours of net. But yeah, you get
I guess
that.
you could load it up, like all the others, but the 60 hours is probably like free. So I'm assuming since it gives you a pocket Wi-Fi, it'll be the Wi-Fi version of the Vita Slim.
Yeah.
And their article is like, are you getting tired of the Angry Birds and the Flappy Birds? And you want some arcade action? Step up your online and gaming experience with the new song.
Okay, stop. Okay, yeah. What a way to market the Vita. You guys want to get that?
I'm happy with my phone line, Like, I'm not gonna lock myself into a 2-year.
It's locking yourself just to get a device. Just like everybody else who's doing it.
Just save up and get a Vita. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, it's not that expensive to begin with, and because it makes more sense for like iPhones and iPads because they're talking about 20 grand, 25, they'll just like throw in your face if you really want it. But
yeah, and I'm assuming since it's the pocket Wi-Fi thing is going to be included. It's not even going to be the 3G version.
Yeah,
So,
it technically would suck because how long's the lock-in period? I'm sure it's like a year plus or
2
something.
years.
Or if it's 2 years,
because the Vita 2000 is around $10,000.
what? So that 10th month, you paid already the Vita, but you're still stuck with the plan. Ideally, it's not so good. As much as it sounds.
Save up and buy a Vita.
Yeah, because the Vita's just only like what? What's the cheapest Vita right now? 7? 8?
I think 8 for the Wi-Fi models.
Yeah, there. So it sounded exciting at first, but then again, you start thinking about it.
It is
you don't really have to lock yourself in.
Our first telecommunications company to do this.
Yeah, with a handheld.
Which would make sense because the Vita, has a 3G version, but if they're not going to use that version, this is weird.
Yeah,
I think Globe has a sort of deal with the 3G, but it's not really working all that well, so I don't know.
But yeah, whoever wants to try out that plan, it's out now. I mean, you can start applying for that.
Yeah, I'm sure anyone can afford $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
There are more expensive things out there.
I mean, you get a Vita and you buy the expensive fucking games. Like, not really expensive, more like $1.5. But yeah, that's one bit of news. The other one, Imperium shows up again. More important news. Is that the second one? Yeah, Imperium is having a launch party for Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Yep, we'll be there. We'll be there to celebrate Ultra Street Fighters. Probably
casuals.
we'll probably play in some casuals and maybe some tournaments.
Yeah, I'm gonna borrow a friend's stick. I mean, I haven't played Street Fighter in a while.
There's gonna be
super excited.
Two tournaments on us.
Saturday.
Imperium.
Yeah, it's on a Saturday.
They're gonna run an Ultra Street Fighter 4 tournament.
Ultra Street Fighter 4 tournament, and
after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a bunch of casuals.
There's also a draft one, which I'm pretty excited, like a 15 against 15 Street Fighter match. They like doing that, the Pinoy 2D fighter community, where they have one team captain, they start drafting people per player, and then once they have 15 players on one side and 50 players on the other side, they start duking it out. The one with the most wins win. And I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, whoever's there in Imperium, say, give us a hi or whatever.
Look for us, say hi.
Yeah.
Miggs is the guy playing Lobo or Batman, usually.
I'm the one playing Chun-Li.
And I'm just the big white guy.
Cheering us on. But that's about it. There's, am I missing anything? I'm pretty much good for episode 34. Thanks for listening in. This is, we're actually right on time, I think, for this one.
Yep, we're
gonna be getting bodied in the corner.
Yes, we are. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 34. If you want to check out our previous episodes, our game reviews, articles, and all that, you can check us on our website, www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with the number 2. All our videos, playthroughs, walkthroughs, and even like video versions of the podcast, you can check it out on the TMG blog YouTube channel. Miggy has tons of content there, like all shenanigans really, and also Let's Plays. He has like the full, I don't know if I want to say this, but the full Beyond Two Souls if no one wants to play it. Like it's there. If you just want to watch it.
That's 8 hours of sadness.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. It's
come on.
So sad.
I also have 2 parts of my Transistor playthrough. I'm slowly releasing that.
A bunch of new Watch Dogs funny clips
and
for
very
y'all.
soon we will continue our epic Magus playthrough.
Oh, really?
Do we have to?
We have to. No one else is going to do it.
Okay.
We're going to be the exclusive coverage people for your Magus.
Exactly.
He's so freaking laggy. Miggy's so laggy right now.
I'm lagging out again.
You are.
You are, but that's pretty much it. You described perfectly the experience of Magus, even if you were laggy.
And PLDT. You pretty much explain the bullshit of Magus and PLDT at the same time with that lag. Which I thank you for it. But that's about it. Email us at the TMG Podcast at gmail.com for your questions, concerns, and I don't know, anything under the sun. Just send us an email. We'd love to entertain it. And I think that's it. Hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Twitter, follow, yada, yada, yada. We have an episode every Tuesday, around in the morning, 8 GMT. Am I right?
+8, yep. Beijing time.
+8 GMT
Beijing
for those that are not from the tropics. And yeah, that's about it. Next week will be the last of before E3, and after that, well, we'll see what happens after that because it'll be crazy. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, that's it. Thanks.
See you guys.